Alright guys, this is episode 1 of Banging Coldridge, and I am Mr. Butterfield. Today I'm going to be leveling all, big and buff. This will be my priest. And I thought this would just be an interesting series to do some leveling and also just chat about real life. Alright guys, so that is what we're going to be doing with these episodes. And as you can see in the title, we're going to be talking about newbie quests for life. So goals I think everyone should start with. Let me just make sure I am streaming. Okay, I am. Okay, we're good to go. Alright, so let's get this first quest, and then we'll kind of go into some subjects. Moving outlaters. What do we have here? You look like you've been through. Might need something to keep your hands warm. Alright, so we're going to kill some wolves, and you're going to give me some gloves, basically, right? Cool. Alright, guys, so. Quest number 1. Let's go. Ooh, lots of new players. That's cool. I like to see new players. So, this is the first quest you get in the game. What about the first quest you should do in life, right? That's kind of the subject I want to talk about. So, I'm a big advocate, guys, of eliminating excess weight, paying down your debt, and doing things that, you know, get you socially out there. So it's kind of the three newbie goals I think every man, technically woman, should be doing. And I kind of want to go into it. So just some statistic, guys. Is it 73% of people overweight and 73% are in debt in America? I don't know what it is worldwide, but in America. Okay, pull it on. Those are some scary statistics. So, I think it's a good idea that, like I said, people get down their weight and their debt. And I'm not kind of going to how to do that a little bit. As being socially, start building a little bit of a social life. It's just fact that you make more money and you do just generally better in life when you have a partner, a romantic partner, not a business partner, though that sometimes that can be one and the same. And there are just some, I think, basic stepping stones that everyone should do. So let's kind of go over to what I'm doing right now, right? Or what I advocate and what I do, right? They're one and the same. So, goal number 1, I think everyone should get, like I said, their excess weight if you have it down. And I don't particularly care for BMI, but I think there's two really good, things you should look at. One is your waist to height ratio. So there's a chart. If you put it in, you'll get a chart type of thing. But just to use myself, I'm 6'1", and according to the chart, I should have somewhere between. Technically, it'd be like a 33 hand size, but they don't make them in. They don't really do well, you have to get them customly made. But just generally saying, 32 would be on the low end, and better quote. 34 would be a little bit on the high end, but if you're in between that, you have a good waist. Right now I'm at a 36, so I'm about 2 inches too thick. Also, I saw like a weight range for me. I think it was like I want to say 170 is a very low, and 202 would be very high. But that'd be within the healthy range. So I kind of pegged it at 195, right? So if I got my weight to 195, and I got, shot there. And then I got my waist to somewhere between a 32 to a 34. I would be in a healthy body weight range, right? And this is really important, guys. And the reason this is important is I think in the 2030s we're going to have a diabetic epidemic, and you don't want to be in that wave. You do not want to be getting consumed by that, because let's just say you are diabetic and you need insulin. You do not want to be there if there was ever an insulin shortage. Now, a lot of people think that can't happen, but we did have this year, as of 2023, we had a baby formula shortage and an Adderall shortage. So it is not out of the realm of possibilities of there being a possible insulin shortage in the future, which I think would be very, very bad for diabetics. And if let's just say a third of the population is diabetic, we have a shortage, a third of the population, their lives are in jeopardy. So that's the type of thing I don't think you want to be caught up in, to say the least. Like, I had them all. So that's kind of the reason I've been pushing, like, people, like, lose the weight. Now, the best way, guys, in my opinion, to lose the weight is there's two methods, and I think this is two very, very easy things that I want to do. One, go get a gym membership, guys. The $10. Planet Fitness, which I know they're not the best, but the $10, guys, $10 a month. And anyone here can afford that. Okay, if you can't afford that, you got some issues going on, guys, that you gotta get resolved. But I think even on like a minimum wage job, you can afford the $10 a month. Okay. Now, actually, let me give you the second thing, and then I'll go into the exercise a little bit more. So, for the second thing is, number one, get a gym membership. Number two is diet, guys. You cannot outwork a bad diet. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, count calories. Dude, counting calories, guys, fucking sucks. Okay, no one enjoys counting calories. People can't do it. They can't stick to it. If you can't stick to it, then what's the point, right? What is the point? So, the point is, guys, is that you need to do a diet that you can stick to, right? The most successful diet is the one you can stick to. For some people, counting calories, they can do it easily. They love it. It's kind of fun. For other people, it's a drag. I didn't enjoy it. I remember I tried to count calories, and in 6 months I lost like 4 pounds or some shit. Bad. It was just bad, guys. So the diet I advocate for is carnivore or keto. So heavy meat or meat and green vegetables, right, guys? This is what I'm going to advocate for. This is a very easy diet because you don't have to count calories. You just have to eat meat. And I kind of want to explain this, guys. But let's assume you keep the green vegetables in, right, guys? Let's not make it too difficult. I want to keep this simple. So, what to do? Alright, guys. So, all meals, all American meals, all normal meals, guys, are based around meat. Okay. So let's just look at an average American meal, right? This is something every American probably gets once a week. Double cheeseburger with a large fry, and a large Coke, right? This is something Americans, if you're American, you know what I mean. This is an American diet. So keeping the idea that all meals are based around meat. You can have, get the double cheeseburger with no bun, right? replace the fries with that little house salad and get a large water or iced tea, unsweetened iced tea, instead of the Coke, right? And meat-wise, you still kind of have the same meal, okay? Now, the reason for this, guys, is there's hormone. So, what makes people weight are two things. The amount of calories you consume and your hormones. That's it, guys. So there are three hormones, guys, that are responsible for weight loss, weight gain or weight loss, guys. That is insulin, cortisol, and leptin. Okay, and I kind of go what each of these do. Insulin gets sugar out of the bloodstream. Leptin is the hormone that tells you that you're full, and cortisol is your stress hormone. I guess a good way to call it is it's your body's natural like painkiller hormone that deal with stress, stuff like that. Now, two of these hormones are affected by what you eat. So, insulin, which is usually the hormone that a lot of people is the number one hormone, is basically spiked through sugars, breads, processed carbs. So like the French fries, pancakes, the hash browns, the anything from McDonald's, the Coca-Colas, the Hush Puppies, the Pizza Puffs, the mozzarella sticks, pastas, the bread. That is spiking insulin, and when your body is when the blood sugar is spiked, your body has a much harder time burning fat. Okay, guys. So the first things you can do is keep your insulin levels in check, and you can do this by, drumroll, not eating things that spike your insulin level. Okay. So the general rule, guys. I'm gonna give you to keep this easy, four things you should not be doing. Step one. Do not drink calories. So no Coca-Cola, no beer, no juice, no milk. If it's calories in liquid, do not drink it. And the reason is, guys, not always, but most often, this stuff spikes insulin levels. And two, you can drink quicker than you can eat. You can drink a lot more calories than you can eat. Okay, very quickly. So you don't want to be doing that. Okay, so that's one. Second thing, guys, cut the sugars. You gotta cut the sugars out of your diet completely. So again, no pop. I know that's a liquid that you drink, but no pop, no cupcakes, no syrup. That stuff's gotta go. Okay, if it's ketchup, honey mustard, a lot of mustards, barbecue sauce, it's all sugary garbage. You gotta get that out of your diet. Okay. And this is not to say you can never ever have it again, but you gotta treat these things like my fitness coach Alan Roberts says, treat these things as a treat, right? Like I don't get hammered. Well, you shouldn't be getting hammered at lunch. Like I have alcohol maybe once every 6 months. That's how you gotta treat the sugars, guys. Okay, once, twice a year. Like a wedding or maybe a New Year's Eve or Christmas party. That's generally when you're gonna have like the sweets, right? Otherwise, guys, cut that shit out of your diet. Okay, so that's number 2. 3, if it's deep fried, don't eat it. So that's the pizza puffs, that's the French fries, that's basically anything from McDonald's. Don't be eating that shit. Okay, see, watch this, guys. Look at that bread. Get that out of my inventory. You shouldn't be eating that either. So again, don't drink calories, don't eat the sugary foods, don't be eating deep fried. The last thing is processed carbs, guys. These are not as, and I say that lightly, they are not as terrible as sugars, but they're still pretty fucking bad. I mean, they're horrendous. It's like, it's just bad. So the breads, the pastas, the noodles, the Chinese rice, like this shit, you gotta cut out of your diet, guys. I know it's not fun, and it's not forever, but it is forever, guys. This is a lifestyle change. You need to be able to do this for 20 years. Okay? So, cut cut the carbs, cut the badness out of your diet. With those 4 things, okay? And this will help you reduce insulin, okay? The second hormone, leptin, is affected by insulin, okay? If your insulin's too high, it might block your leptin receptors and your body won't be able to tell yourself it's full. This is why sometimes when people eat, half hour later they're fucking starving. Your body isn't receiving its leptin. This might need to be done through a doctor, guys. I always suggest if you're going to do a weight loss journey, start with the doctor, talk to your doctor. Sometimes you need hormone shots to get your hormones back into play. Leptin is one of those things the doctors can help with. So there's not much I can do with that without reduce insulin and see your doctor. That's the best advice I can give on leptin. Now, cortisol, this one's a little harder, guys, because this isn't affected by food, but it does make you hungry, and that's why it needs to be discussed. Cortisol is your stress hormone. This is why it shuts off when you go to bed, and it reactivates when you wake up. This is why about 2 hours after you wake up, you suddenly get hungry, and it's not you're wanting for breakfast isn't like your body saying it needs food, it's the cortisol kicking in. So there's not a lot. Basically, you got to reduce stress, guys. And reducing stress is a thing. It's hard. I understand people have things in their life going on. But the 3 things I can give you guys is more sleep, right? More sleep to help reduce the hormone. So like I said, it's not on when you're asleep. Take walks, not runs, because like heavy exercise puts your body under stress. So take the time to go for some walks, reduce the stress, and really just besides walks and more sleep, guys, just write out a list of things that are bothering you or things that you're not taking care of, and just start taking care of them. As you solve problems in your life, your stress will be reduced. Okay, guys. So. I mean, what I do for walks, guys, by the way, is I don't know if the camera's not pointing, but I got a little dog. We go on walks once a day for an hour, clear my mind, usually after work, and that's that. So, hormone-wise, guys, this is what you gotta do. Now, as for calories, I kind of discussed what not to be eating. So let me discuss what you should be eating, right? Meat, lots of meat, guys. And if you want to add green vegetables, some people react better to just pure meat, but I like vegetables. Greenish vegetables, the broccoli, the spinach, the cauliflower, the green beans, the kale. That's the stuff you guys should be eating. Okay, guys? So meats, lots of meats, lots of vegetables. And guys, by cutting out the processed carbs, a lot of people say it's calories out, like you gotta get a calorie deficit. By cutting out all the usual processed shit you're eating, you're gonna go into a calorie deficit. So you don't have to count. You've already done it by eliminating that shit. In fact, you can eat a little more meat or a little more vegetables to make up some of the difference, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Let me think. What else can I provide value for you guys? Okay, guys. How often to eat, guys? I try to eat only twice a day. I actually like eating breakfast and lunch and not doing dinner, guys. I actually prefer that. Like at 10 o'clock, like if I have my way, work kind of keeps me from doing this, but like a 10 o'clock brunch, and then like a 2 o'clock meal, and that's it for the day, guys. That's it. Okay, so twice a day on the vegetable green diet, meat and vegetable diet. You're gonna lose weight. And don't be afraid to don't be afraid to try to overeat, guys. You're not. It's a lot harder to overeat on vegetables and meat than it is on carbs. Like, to give you an example, like a pound of pasta is gonna have a lot more calories than like a pound of meat or a pound of vegetables, right, guys? So that's what I mean. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of eating Okay, don't get afraid. Just as long as you keep to the vegetables and meat, the rest will take care of itself. What am I doing on this quest? Why do we even need to kill these boars? Oh my gosh. Freaking trogs. I hate trogs. Buggers. Yeah, they are buggers. Killing trogs and yep, got clean the boars. Alright. So yeah, don't be afraid to eat meat. Don't be afraid to eat lots of vegetables. Oh, how much meat to eat? That was gonna go. I got this tip for Alex from Mosey, guys. I kind of liked it. So whatever your body weight is, eat that in grams of meat a day. So like 1 pound. So if you're like, let's just use basic math, guys. If you're like 200 pounds as a male, if you're 200 pounds, you should be eating 2 pounds of meat a day. So for every 100 pounds, 1 pound of meat. So if you're a female, eat 1 pound of meat a day. If you're a male, eat 2 pounds of meat a day. That's pretty. I mean, there'll be some in between, guys. I understand that, but this is simple rules. And then eat the rest vegetables, guys. Now I know he's big on like eat whatever afterwards, but some of you guys should be eating any carbs because you can't control yourself. So that's a good rule of thumb, guys. For men, 2 pounds a day of meat. For women, 1 pound of meat a day. Rest in vegetables, right? Am I done yet? I got to kill one more. So that kind of covers the diet, guys. Like I said, I try to keep this simple. I think diet is really, people overcomplicate it. Like I said, some people like the calorie counting. Some people like, some people do a, like, 1 day carb up. Some people like talk about like once a day cheat meal. Whatever you can sustain, guys, that will make you lose weight. My big thing on cheat meals, though, guys, is some people turn one day cheat meals into like a week-long cheat meal. So that's kind of why I'm like, I don't want to say never have a cheat meal. I want to say fight the cheat meal. Like, let's say on Friday you're like, I want to have a cheat meal. Take the day. Say no. I'm gonna wait 1 extra day. And then maybe you have Saturday and you're like, I'm not really hungry for the carb. I'll take another day. And then suddenly that you're going 10 days without the carb, right? And then maybe after day 11, you're like, okay, I need the carb now. Have the 1 cheat meal, repeat process, right, guys? But generally, like I said, I try to push not to try to fight the cheat meal. Is what I'm saying, guys. Fight the cheat meal. Okay. So that's diet, guys. It's pretty much diet. Eat meat and vegetables. Don't be afraid to eat. Only eat twice a day. There you go. I don't know what else to say on the subject. Let's get into the exercise, guys. This is actually going to be a lot simpler. The exercise is going to be lift heavy weights. The particular program doesn't matter as long as it's having you lift weights. Doesn't matter. Okay. Some guys say bro split. Some guys say full body every other day. It doesn't matter, guys. Just pick what one you like. Stick with it. The end. Now I'll give you what I do. I do an every other day workout. So I did it this morning. And I do a full body. So I do 1 leg exercise, 1 chest exercise, 1 back exercise. I did pull downs, chest presses, and seated calf raises. And I kind of follow Alex. And what I do, guys, is I follow Alex Hormozy's advice of doing 100, having 100 actions a day for success. So what I did is I did 100 chest presses. But what I did is I started out with a heavy weight. Let's say I did 15 of them at that weight, and then I dropped it down 5 pounds, and then I did maybe another 15 at that weight, and I just kept dropping it down until I had reached 100 reps, right? And then I did the same with the back. And the legs, actually, I was able to do 100 at the same weight. The gym I'm at doesn't actually have a very good, doesn't have a seated a seated calfway, so I have to kind of have to improvise a little bit. But regardless, guys, 100, 100, 100. Tomorrow I rest. Monday I'll be back in the gym. I'll do a different chest exercise, back exercise, leg exercise, and I'll do 100, 100, 100. And so basically, guys, if I do that every other day, some weeks I'm in four times in the gym, other weeks I'm in 3 times in the gym, just like I said, every other day. Build that body, guys, build that body. Okay, what do I gotta do now? Complete the quest, find this dude's tools. Yeah, this guy got his tools stolen. And then bring him back to him. Bring this dude back his beer cup and kill trolls. Yeah, kill trolls, cool. So yeah, guys, that's basically exercise and diet. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of workout programs out there, guys. There's free, there's paid. I'll give you guys. I like Athlete Next. I think he's very good. I think Jeff Cavalier is very good. There, guys. Anyone like just look at a couple programs, listen to them on YouTube. If you like their advice, go for it. They have usually free programs you can give a shot and just try them out. See if you like the guy's style. Go for it. I'm pretty convinced any workout program will work. As long as you just stick to it, guys. If you like it and stick to it, go with it. I don't really advocate cardio outside of fun. Like I do partner dancing, but I don't really. I know it's exercise, but I don't view it as exercise. I don't do it for exercise. I do the weightlifting. Okay, and this is good for both men and women. You all should be lifting weights because, again, my fitness coach said this. Alan Roberts goes. I would suggest you subscribe to him on YouTube. He said your goal is at 90 years old, you should be able to hold a 99-pound grandchild or great-grandchild. Like at 90 years old, you should be able to hold a baby without fear of dropping it. Okay, and I think that's a fantastic advice. It's a really good life goal. 90 years old, being able to hold a baby, no problem. Right? So this is a lifestyle, guys. You gotta go for it the whole 10 yards. You gotta be willing. Like I'm 35 right now. I want to be in the gym at 85. 50 years from now, still lifting weights. Maybe not as heavy weights, but I want to be able to lift the weights. Okay. Because at 90 years old, I want to be able to hold an infant and not fear of dropping it. All right, guys. So that's like what you're aiming at. That's the marker, guys. And I'll be honest. If you work out, there's no reason you can't live to 85 to 90. I mean, I know a lot. I know some people in their mid to late 70s that look like they're in their 60s because they hit the gym weekly. Okay, that can be you. Lose the weight, build the muscle. It's a lifestyle, guys. This isn't something you do for 6 months and then you're done. Okay. Now, in terms of like getting to that 6-pack body, that's what you want. That's what you want. Go for it, man. I'm all for that. My weight goes up and down a bit. Generally in the morning, I have a light 6-pack, but once I start drinking liquids, it goes away. I still got some weight to lose. But go for it, guys. If you want it, go for it. The want is reason enough. The want is reason enough, as Alex Mosley says. I really like that saying. So go for it, guys. Like I said, first get to a healthy body weight, get to your health range, and then you can kind of judge. Do I really want this? Do I really want to put the effort in? And you might be surprised. You might hit your health range because everyone loses fat differently, and you might be like, oh, I got it. Other people might hit within their health range and be like, oh man, I gotta go a lot lower, a lot fucking lower. But yeah, you get there through you'll get there through the diet, and then you'll use the exercise to help you build muscle to keep fat down easier. Alright, guys. So that's goal number 1, guys. Get the fat, lose the fat, lose the fat. Okay. I think a lot of people's lives could be changed for the better by just losing the fat. Alright. So now we covered diet and exercise. I kind of want to go into the next thing, and your next goal, guys, after you lose the weight, is you should find your life partner. Okay, and this is not something I am a amazing at. There are people way better at this than me in this subject, but I'll kind of throw in my 2 cents, guys. Most people do better in life when they have a partner to help them. And I mean a good partner. Okay, some people have bad partners. Okay, I understand that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about someone who has a good partner that is supportive, supportive of them, and motivates them to better and brighter things, guys. And I know some friends. I'm not gonna name them, but I think of this couple. I had this particular individual, this male. He was a hellion when he was younger. You know, bar fights, total badass, total bad boy. When I met a girl, you know what I mean? The girl liked the bad boy. Okay, this I know that sounds like a trope, but it's and she really they were good for each other, guys. He excites her. He makes her happy. She motivates. She calmed him down. He's got a job now. He still has a little bit of an edge, but you know she calmed him down. She started his business. He went into his career. They made a really good couple for each other. I am convinced that they did better together than they ever could have apart. Like I said, she started her own business. Like I said, he calmed down from like the wildness. He still, like I said, he still has his edge. He still has a little bit of his dangerous wildness to him. But they have a family, a house, a really great couple. I can't say enough nice things about them. Like I said, they are like when I think of why having a partner is so important, I think of them. They pop in my mind. I'm like, if I could ever get them on this podcast, I would, guys. I would have them in a heartbeat on this podcast answering questions, because they are just, in my mind, what a couple should have been. And the funny thing is, all their friends did the same thing, guys. Okay, not all of them, but you know, all the guys were a little edgy. All the girls were attracted to that, but they had that softness that brought them down. They have all done wonderful, guys. Like I said, families, business owners, very successful careers, and I really think the reason that they are all at that stage in their lives is because they found a partner that complemented them, and both sides help the other side grow. Okay, so I am very big on partners. I am not. There are some guys on the internets that sadly are very anti-partner. They are very anti. I understand the risks of marriage. Like I don't need to be explained to it. I understand it fully. I get where they're coming from, but I feel like what they complain about is more of a vetting issue, like you really taking the time to seek somebody out versus just finding somebody to settle with as soon as possible, right? A particular friend of mine who actually motivated me to do this, because he said embrace the weird. Okay, embrace the weird is what he told me. He dated a lot of girls, guys. He dated a lot. I mean a lot. Probably more than anyone on this podcast will ever date. He told me he dated and dated and dated and dated, and the best one rose to the top. He married her, and now he is worth over 200 mil. Okay. He just released a product that I am convinced is going to be a $1 billion product. I am totally going to be advertising that on this channel, because I think I believe this product is going to be a $1 billion product. I have no doubt in my mind, and I would be honored to. I don't even want anything from him. I would just be honored to promote it and know that I was telling people about it. That's all I want. But again, he says. The best woman rose to the top. He married her, had kids with her. She helped him. I think she again brought the edge down and motivated him. And like I said, now he's worth 200 mil. and I think he's going to be a billionaire before the end. Like I said, the product he released, I am convinced, is going to be $1 billion product. So actually, I'm going to go into his advice. I mean, his advice was just, to be frank, bang 100 girls, and the best one will rise. That's what he did. Probably more than that, I think. And some people might cringe at that. Some people might doubt that. That's for you to decide. But at the end, that was his advice, and he lived it, and he's doing well. He's doing very, very well. I am actually honored to have known, have talked to him, and interacted with him. I think it was probably one of the best honors of my life, to be honest. So, but anyways, to bring back, like, where do you start with this, right? That's a great question. And I have actually thought about this, and I think the best advice, the number one advice, is have a hobby, that gets you to interact with the opposite sex. So, male, women, I think male or female, if you're a woman looking for a partner, if you're a male looking for male looking for a partner, I think the best advice is have a hobby that gets you to interact with the women, okay? So, and actually, I really think of one of my family members. He's had, this particular family member has had also quite a lot of girlfriends, a lot of women in his life, and he's always met them through hobbies. He's met them through skiing, he met them through volleyball. That is how he interacted with these people. That's how he found them, that's how he met them, that's how he dated them, through hobbies, okay? So, and this hobby's for everything, guys. This hobby's for kite flying. This hobby, I do partner dance. Anyone who knows me in game knows that I do salsa dancing, swing dancing. This is how I meet people. There's pictures on this on the internet. This is not a secret. Hobbies. I think hobbies are the way to go. I can't say enough. Like, you have a hobby or you have an interest that the member of the opposite sex does. Like I said, another hobby. Again, you can't see it because he's sleeping. I have a dog. I take him to the dog park. Believe it or not, that's its own thing. I mean, you would be surprised. Like, tons of women. I take him to the drive-thru with me, and girls are like, "Oh my God, that is a cute dog," and I chat them all. Okay, guys, that is have a hobby outside of this game. Have a hobby outside of this game. Participate in the hobby. I know, even if it's MMA, I know there are guys that do MMA that meet women through MMA. Well, your hobby does not matter. There was somebody of the opposite sex who was also into that hobby. Go find that person. Like I said, I'm big on the partner dancing. I think that's a great hobby because it forces you to interact with the opposite sex. That's going to be the thing I suggest. Now I'm going to give you some hot takes. I'm going to give you some controversial opinions on things, guys. I don't think Tinder counts. Tinder doesn't count for me, guys. Do not say, "Oh, I use Tinder." No, that does not count. Now, I know guys who have met girls through Tinders and they've had wonderful relationships, but these particular guys I know that have done that were also meeting women through hobbies. They were meeting them through hobbies as well. So they were already good. Okay, they were already good when they did this. This was not a problem for them. So that's my advice, guys. Get a hobby that forces you to interact with the opposite sex. Talk to them, befriend them, or interact with them. There you go. What level am I at? Oh man, I'm going 5. I'm fast, guys. I'm 5. Okay. So that's the first thing. 2 things, guys. I think start interacting with the opposite sex and lose the excess weight. Okay. What's the last one, guys? The last thing I believe all people need to do is eliminate the debt. Okay, tax debt, credit card debt, student loan debt. I even consider house debt. You gotta get rid of that, guys. And there's only really two ways to do this, guys. Decrease your spending and increase your income. That's it. Make more money, spend less. Use the difference to pay off the debt. That's it. However, guys, I gotta use, oh, who was it that said it? Jason Stapleton, I believe. He said it's okay, guys. You can only cut so much expenses out, which you should do. You should cut them money wasters out. But he said the real gains are made on increasing your income, guys. And I kind of want to we're going to go into that first, okay? So, there is no reason why anyone should not have a side business, okay? No reason at all. None. Even if you're, unless you already have one, but if most people here are probably W-2 workers, that means you work for somebody. Well, I don't know what the equivalent is outside the U.S., but if you work for someone, you get a W-2 at the end of the year for your taxes. There is no reason you should not be trying to increase your income. So, if you are, the best way, guys, is if you need to look for a new job or go for that promotion, go for it. But a lot of wealth, guys, is going to be built by starting your own business, and you're going to use this business for two things, guys. Actually, and we're going to kind of go into this first. You're going to use it to save on taxes. So again, you're cutting expenses, and you can use the difference to pay off some of that debt, and you're going to use that to be generating income. Okay, guys. So I want to suggest two books that will take you a year. These two books will take you a year to implement, guys. So don't just think you can read them and then like a month later you got it all in place. These two books will take you a year to implement if you're serious about starting the side business. The first, guys, and I got them right here, is The Tax and Legal Playbook by Mark J. Kohler. I'm just going to say this now. His law firm is the tax attorneys I use. Okay, these are the guys I use their tax firm. Okay, they are great guys. They're very knowledgeable. They gave me a battle plan for this year, which I am implementing. Great guys. But let me kind of give you the rundown of what they're going to teach you. They're going to teach you. This book will teach you what business structure to have, because there's many structures. There's sole proprietors, there's LLCs as sole proprietors, there's S corporations, there's LLCs that act as being taxed as S corporations. These all have different tax benefits and problems, and your needs will be different based on how much income the business makes. If you're brand new, you'll probably just have a sole proprietor or an LLC being taxed as a sole proprietor. But basically, guys, what this book is going to teach you is after you set up the entity, however you set it up, how to use the income you make from it to save on taxes. Okay, guys, and this is big. So I'm going to just kind of give you a rundown of what I would do. Well, let me actually. So what I mean by saving taxes, guys, is that you pay so much to the government each year in taxes, right? So it's usually a third. For most people, it's going to be a third of your income, guys. You can get money off that bill at the end of the year, depending on how you spend some of the money that the business generated. So, let me give you an example. One moment, I gotta save this guy. Maybe he meant to do that. I think he did. Okay, so why do I even need this book? This fucker stole this book? Yeah, I stole the book. Oh, I guess. So, let me just give you an example. So you have a side business, it's making, like, let's just say $10,000 a year, keep it nice, easy numbers. So 30% of that, $3,000, is gonna go to taxes. Let's say you have a health savings account. Any money you put into that, the government has to give you back. You can get, or you can subtract it from your tax bill up to a certain amount, which is, so let's say you put $3,000, which it would work. You put $3,000 of the $7,000 into the health savings account, the $10,000 you made. Basically, the government gets, you don't owe the government anything, right? That, because 3,000 minus 3,000 is 0. This is what I mean by saving money on taxes, and you still have the health savings account. Oh, that doesn't change. This is the type of stuff that this book is going to teach you, how to set things up like that, to put money for the future away while having the government, while lessening your taxes from the government. Okay, guys. And this takes a while, guys. Some of the stuff in here will take years to implement. Okay, this isn't like I read it and 2 months later I have it all in place. No, you gotta build slowly. So that is that book, and I like I said, I really recommend it. These guys will set up the entity for a price. You get a lawyer consultation. Totally worth it, guys. They will answer all your questions. Like I said, don't just trust me on this fucking YouTube thing. Go watch it, and you will. I think you'd be impressed. So the second book, guys. Okay, you set up the entity. You're gonna use it to help you lower your taxes. You got that all planned out. But how do you actually generate income off the entity? Okay, guys. This is where a lot of people struggle. I struggle with this too, guys. I struggle with this too. This is actually probably I think the hardest part of this thing. And the next book I would suggest is the one-page marketing plan by Alan Dibb. This is going to set you up. If this teaches you how to set up the business legally and structure tax, this is going to tell you how to use the business to actually generate income. Basically, you're going to have something you don't want to sell, and you're going to want to sell it to a particular type of individual, not everyone. You're going to be like, all right, I sell, like example, let's use this podcast. I am talking to WoW players. Okay, that is who I am talking to. Okay, that would be the avatar. What do I want you guys to buy? Nothing at the moment, except hit the subscribe button if you like this. That's it. Okay, that's the sales pitch. If you like this, hit subscribe. But you are going to have a plan to basically find who are you talking to, what are you selling to, how are you communicating, like what is your message to them, right? Or what is your offer, right? My offer is, example, I want to talk about life to us degenerates, right? I want to talk to us about improving the quality of our lives, because like I said, in my opinion, a lot of streamers, a lot of people that record games, they are concerned with the quality of the game. I am more concerned with the quality of the player, okay? I think better players that have more well-being in their life just make for better players within the game. See, that's my message. That's my offer. Using YouTube to broadcast this, right? That's how I'm using. These are all things that this book is going to suggest. It's a 9-step plan, and you work on implementing the plan slowly. And once you have the whole structure figured out, once you have it built, then you can start trying to make income off of whatever you're doing, right? Example, if I made like $100 off this, I would consider $100 a month off this, I would consider that a victory. So that's the type of stuff that we are talking about when we talk about marketing plans. It's basically how you find the people, how you get the people to like you, and then how to get the people to buy from you. That is your whole plan. So that is how you increase your income. Okay, that's how you start a side business. Like I said, I don't know if the stream's ever gonna blow up. I don't know how far I'll get on it, but I'm gonna make some videos for a while, see what happens. See what I can build. Like I said, if I made $100 a month off this stream, I would consider it a victory. $100 a month. I'd be like, see, I did it. Okay, cool. What I got you in? I got you in tools, right? Yeah. So that is that's part one of how to help pick. But basically, oh sorry guys. So let's say you get these two books going, right? You got income coming, you got the business entity structured up, income's coming. Let's just say you're making. Let's raise it up a bit just so you can help with the debt. Let's say you're making $1,000 a month off of it, right? What would I do with the money? So this is the battle plan, guys. This is what I would say. Okay, this is like 1, 2, 3. Make an income. I got it going. Step one, I would pay off all your debt. Pay off all your debt. Now remember, the income you make off the business, you gotta save a third of it for the taxes. So don't just like blow it all on paying off credit card debt, because otherwise you have a new different type of debt. But yeah, you're using the leftover income to pay off credit card debts. Get that credit card debt down. Okay, credit cards, late bills, anything that's not adding. Get the non-asset building debt down first. Like a house is an asset building, so it helps you build wealth. That's the debt you pay off last, right? You get the credit cards off, you get the student loans off. That's the type of stuff you need to pay off. Pay that off. So I don't know how long it takes you, and you do this, guys. You do this while you're working too. So like, think about it. If you had $1,000 extra each month after taxes, plus your normal job, you could take that $1,000 and just really chip away at the debt, right? You would feel relieved. And so I don't know how much debt you got or how long it would take. There's a lot of variables, but you chip away at the debt by getting your income up and you pay it off, or you're smashing it away. Actually, before I go into what to do with the extra money, let's cover the other side, like decreasing your spending. How do you do this? This is harder than people realize, and I struggle with this. I struggle with this a lot because most people don't realize what they're spending their money on any given time, right? I mean, they know that moment, but over the course of the month, they don't have a good recollection. This is why you need to make a budget, guys. And this, I have not really found a particular program that I enjoy for building a budget. I don't. I'm trying right now. One of the business mentors I listen to, Caleb Jones, suggests you just for 13 weeks, just keep track of your expenses. Don't try to be on a budget. Just 13 weeks, really write down what you spent your money on, and then at the end of the 13 weeks, add it up, and you will see how much money you made, where the money went, and you'll be like, okay, I'm spending way too much money on food, or I'm spending way too much money on drugs, so I'm spending way too much money on X, and you can cut back, or you can start looking ways to save money elsewhere. That's his suggestion. I don't know if there might be a better way of building a budget. I'm not aware of it. I'm probably going to be, that's probably the next thing I'm going to be really researching is building a budget. Because I've tried a couple methods. I tried something the bank gave me. I didn't particularly enjoy it. It was like some form, and they said take a guess, and I couldn't keep to it. Plus with inflation going on, everything's so freaking expensive now. It's kind of odd. But that's basically. But once you have a budget, however you build the budget. I think Dave Ramsey has a budget builder. I haven't checked that one out yet. I might actually get his book on it and see what he suggests. But once you have the budget built, and you are able to look at your expenses and you know where you're wasting money at, you can start cutting back. And let's just say, for sake of conversation, you find $250 that you can save each month, right? Maybe you only eat 2 meals every other day, right? And you're able to save $250, right? Take that $250 and throw it at the debt, man. Throw it at the debt. Get that debt paid off, okay? So you are. Oh, almost done, guys. You're reducing your spending, so you got leftover money. You're making more income, either through a side business or you got some. You upgraded your job. What's next? What's next? Okay, you got this money coming in. So this would be my 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 money plan, guys. step one, guys, get the debt paid off, and I would have $1,000 saved up for uh-ohs. Because you're gonna have uh-ohs in life. You really are. Like an example, my brakes just went out on my truck. It's in the shop right now getting fixed. I have money saved aside for uh-ohs like that. Okay. So I actually want more than 1,000, guys. I like the number 5,000 to be honest, but at least go for 1,000. That's what Dave Ramsey suggests. Like I said, I think 5,000 is a more reasonable number, but minimum 1,000. Okay, and then you get the debt paid off. Okay, like I said, get the credit cards paid off. That's probably like the interest are going up monthly, guys, because of the Fed raising the interest rates. So get that shit paid off. Voila. So let's just say, guys, things go really well. In a year, you get everything paid off. You got everything paid off, guys. What's the next thing I would do after you get the debt paid off? And that comes from this book. You're gonna open a Roth IRA, and your goal is to max it out, which is $6,000 a year. You're gonna max that out every year for the rest of your life. Okay, I don't care if you got a 401k with your job. You're gonna make that your mission. Max that bitch out every year for the rest of your life. Okay. So if you got the side income coming in, right? Let's just say you got $1,000 a month coming in. In 6 months, you have that maxed out. Okay. And you might even use your money from your other job to speed that up. Okay. From your W-2 job. All right. So you got the that's tier 2, right? You got the Roth IRA maxed out each year. You got no debt. What do you do next? You gotta build a savings, guys. The number I heard, and I think this number might be need to go up because of inflation. But I'll just give you the number I'm gonna go with. You need a $20,000 saved up. This is gonna be your big uh-oh fund. This is gonna be like, okay, if I get laid off, I got $20,000 in the bank. Break my leg. Car blows up and I gotta buy a new car. Whatever it is, you save up that $20,000 and just have it there for a rainy day. Okay. And that would be tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Okay. Pay off debt with $1,000 in the bank and a savings account for uh-ohs. Get into the habit of maxing out your $6,000 IRA each year. Get a $20,000 saved up so that you have some breathing room for big uh-ohs in your life. Okay, take that $1,000 and turn it into $20,000. Okay, and then after that, guys, like I said, this book has a lot of things to offer, a lot of advice. Usually, what people try to do is they max out the IRA, the health savings account. And if the side business gets big enough, they open a solo 401k and they try to max that out each year. And that's kind of like the try factor of awesomeness we're trying to do with investing for the future, right, guys? So that would be my suggestion, guys. That would be what I would do with the extra money you got. So I got Gilboa's on the way. I forgot. So let's kind of recap this up, guys, because this almost done. I'm technically done with Coldridge, and I'm gonna Coldridge Valley, and I'm gonna log off here after episode 1. So let's kind of sum it up, guys. Let's bring it all together. So you're starting out either in life or you're trying to get things fixed, right? Some people just like me. I had some problems, had some areas I gotta get fixed up, tighten up. Like I said, you're either young or you just had some troubles. Like I said, we had COVID, we had inflation, so yeah, it's easy to get into trouble right now these days. We had the housing crisis that's kind of kicked it off. So advice number 1, guys, is the 3 things you want to do is you want to lose excess weight, get to a healthy weight. The leaner you are, the better. Okay. Step 2 is you want to start the first few steps of finding that life partner. Okay. And step 3 is you want to eliminate your debt. Okay, these are the 3 newbie goals you need to be working on. Okay. So to kind of recap what to do for the weight loss, go join the gym, $10 gym a month. Get any exercise program. There's hundreds of them. I don't think it really matters as long as pick the one that you can stick to and you enjoy. Okay, and just do that. Okay. I don't care if it's PX90, dudes. If you like that, you love it, you can do it, follow it. Okay. The next thing, guys, is eat what to eat. Meats and vegetables, 2 meals a day. If you're a woman, 1 pound of meat a day. If you're a man, 2 pounds of meat a day. Okay. Fill up the rest of the vegetables. Stay away from those sugars, those fried foods, those calorie-filled drinks, processed carbs. Don't be eating that shit. Okay. Keep doing that until you hit your weight limit. It'll only be time. It won't be time and effort, guys. So that takes care of diet. Next 2, eating your partner. Oh no, my inventory's full. No, I should have sold. Step 2, guys. Get a hobby, a real life hobby that forces you to meet people in the real world. Not WoW. Okay, not WoW. Unless they have like an internet cafe. If they got an internet cafe, I don't even know if those things are around anymore. I guess that might count. I don't know. But get a hobby that forces you to meet people in the real world. Okay? Plenty of hobbies out there. That's step for them. So go do that. Step 3 for eliminating debt. Start a side business. Use it to help generate extra income. And craft a budget to see where your money's going and try to cut expenses and use whatever extra money you have to get $1,000 savings and eliminate your debt. Right, guys? That is the dream. That is the goal. That is what you need to do. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for the day, guys. Finished day 1 here. I'm gonna just turn these quest days, log off for the night, and tomorrow we're gonna be doing more stuff, guys. We'll be doing lots and lots of stuff. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I want to be doing this daily until I get this guy to 60. Got ways to go on 6. Like I said, I really just want to talk about things that we can do to improve our lives in-game and out. I am more interested in the player than the actual game itself. So anyways, guys, that's it for me for the day, and I hope you all, let me just make this, I hope you all have a wonderful evening and that you guys start, actually let me give you some end advices, guys, right now, stuff to do right now before I end this. I gave you kind of an overview, let me go give you like actual advice. 1, buy these 2 books, The Tax and Legal Playbook by Mark J. Kohler, and the 1-page marketing plan by Alan Dipper. Okay, go buy these, read these, start implementing them. Okay. Step 2, guys, go join a $10 a month gym. That's easy. Okay, go do that right now. You can do it online. Planet Fitness, guys. I did it online, dude. I just went on the website, filled out a couple things. I was a gym member. Okay, that's 2. At step 3, guys, you know what your hobbies are. Just Google, I don't care if it's chess. Let's use something nerdy. Chess club and near whatever town you live in. Google it. You'll get something. Go to it. Go. They got book clubs, guys. They got plenty of things you guys can do. Go do it. Okay, guys? So those are your 3 homework assignments. I hope you guys take it to heart. I hope you actually put this into action. And I will see you guys on the next podcast of me leveling up big and buff. All right, later.